Assalamu alaikum. Myself Dr. Ansari Farzana Vaiduzama from JT Senior College, Malegaon. Welcome all of you. In the previous presentation, we shall discuss about the crystallization and fractional crystallization. Now today we shall discuss about the purification of liquid by distillation. Distillation is one of the purification technique used for organic liquid. A pure liquid has a sharp boiling point, but a sharp boiling point does not always indicate that it is pure liquid. A sharp boiling point may be caused by a constant boiling mixture, comparison of the two or more liquid. Impurities in a liquid can be either volatile or non-volatile. The most common impurity in the liquid compound is water, which should be removed before distillation. Drying of liquid. For drying purpose of liquid, especially organic liquid, are kept in contact with a suitable powdered dehydrating agent. Occasionally, the liquid can be gently refluxed in a contact with these dehydrating agents. Apparatus and procedure for distillation. For distillation purpose, the apparatus is shown in this figure. See, this is a distillation flask, and over the distillation flask, a still head is connected, and it is clamped with a condenser, and below the condenser a receiver is kept, and above the still head a thermometer is attached. For distillation purpose, the apparatus, as we have seen in the figure, is assembled. A distillation flask of suitable size is fitted to a water condenser. The water supply for the condenser is arranged as shown in the figure. The condenser is fitted with an adapter so as to collect the distillate directly into the collecting flask. The liquid to be purified by distillation is then placed in a flask. Precaution is taken not to fill the distillation flask more than 3/5 of its capacity. Some small fragments of the unglassed porcelain piece are added to distillation flask. The thermometer is placed in a vertical portion as shown in the figure. The distillation flask is then heated, either the water bath if liquid is low boiling point, or it is volatile, or else on the sand bath, or directly on a wire gauze if the liquid is non-volatile whose boiling point is more. The following important points should be kept noted regarding the simple distillation. The fragments of unglassed porcelain or small dark granules of silicon carbide should always be added for steady, gentle boiling. These granules or particles provides necessary nuclei for the formation of bubbles of the vapor. In absence of these granules, the liquid may become superheated and then boil suddenly with great violence. Especially in flammable solvents, pump violently, which catch fire, shattering the distillation flask. The thermometer should be arranged that the top of the mercury bulb is just level with the center of the side arm of the distillation flask. Third one is, generally water condenser is used for distilling any liquid whose boiling point does not exceed 140 degrees C. Above 140 degrees C, an air condenser should be used. If a water condenser is used above the 140 degrees C, there is always a risk of condenser cracking at the point where the hot vapor first meet the water cooled portion. Low boiling inflammable liquid must be distilled by heating with the water bath of the additional safety. The use of water both will mainly depends on the boiling point of the liquid and its talent its latent heat of evaporation. A general rule is that liquid with boiling point below 80 degrees C are distilled by using water bath. For liquid of high boiling point, a sand bath or direct heating on wire gauze is necessary. Ethyl alcohol, whose boiling point is 78 degrees C, can be distilled by heating on a water bath. Similarly, benzene, whose boiling point is 81 degrees C, will boiling gently on water bath over at an appreciable rate. Fractional distillation. But fractional distillation is used for the separation of the two liquid whose boiling point difference is very small. But fractional distillation have some disadvantages or limitations. The limitation of simple distillation technique is that it is ineffective in separation of liquid who do not have minimum difference of 30 degrees C in their boiling point. One way to overcome the problem is to redistill the distilled liquid and repeat the distillation operation at the component adequately pure. However, this would be timely consuming and heavy losses of the liquid due to the several handling operation apart from the higher cost of heating. But these disorders can be effectively eliminated if we switch on the fractional distillation rather than using the simple distillation. This is the simple apparatus used for the fractional distillation. It is similar to the distillation, but there is a small difference that a fractionating column is inserted between the distillate head and distillation flask, and the fractionating column here. There are various type of fractionating column of such type are available. That means A, B, C, the metal gauze to support principle of fractional distillation. Fractional distillation can consist of a long glass cone side of which consists of a over projection in the form of ardent spiral glass part or the metal tumit or several small bases beads. This provides large surface area required for evaporation and condensation. On this surface, the vapors of the liquid condense and evaporate several times. This is equivalent to carrying out a simple distillation of the liquid mixture several times. Let us consider that a mixture of the two liquid A and B is subjected to fractional distillation. A is low boiling liquid and B is high boiling liquid. At the bottom of the fractionating column, vapor consists of both A and B with high proportion of vapor A. As this mixture of vapor rises above the fractionating column, undergoes condensation and evaporation several times in every act of this process. The proportion of vapor of liquid A goes on increasing and that of liquid B goes on decreasing. By the time the vapor reached the top of the column and at junction of the distillation head and the condenser, the vapor consists of a liquid A only, which on passing through the condenser gets collected as the pure liquid A in the receiver. As long as liquid A is present in the mixture, this process of the enrichment of vapor of A as it rises up in the column continues and pure liquid A gets separated. That means क्या होगा कि A की क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा रहेगी और B की क्वांटिटी कम रहेगी. जैसे ही ये दोनों A और B फ्रैक्शनेटिंग कॉलम में जाते हैं तो देयर आर नंबर ऑफ प्लेट्स प्रेजेंट इन दी फ्रैक्शनेटिंग कॉलम. तो क्या होता है, लिक्विड B के मॉलिक्यूल कम हैं, ये एक दूसरे से कोलाइड होते हैं या तो वॉल से कोलाइड होते हैं और कंडेंस होकर दोबारा नीचे रिसीवर में गिर जाते हैं और A की क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा होने की वजह से ये ऊपर चले जाते हैं. इस तरह से दोनों का सेपरेशन होता है. After liquid A is completely distilled out, vapor of B reach the top of the column and get condensed, which can be collected by connecting a separate receiver. The column efficiency of the fractionating column depends on the number of factors. However, length of column and inner surface area are most important of them. As the length of column and inner surface area increases, the efficiency of column in the separation of liquid increases. A column of 20 centimeter length filled with the glass head to glass beads is capable of separating two liquids which differ in boiling point even by 20 degrees C. However, with high surface area, even though separation efficiency increases, the yield of the liquid, especially that of high boiling, decreases. This is because when distillation is stopped, large amount of the vapor condenses on the inner surface of the column and is retained on it. This is called as hold up of the column. Therefore, fractional distillation is not applicable where very small quantity of liquid are to be distilled and the loss of sample is not acceptable. Thank you for watching.